Yeah.
Come on, I'm sure you hit us a lot, but I was worried about you last night.
Why?
I kept waking up. I thought something
Oh,
happened.
mom.
Yeah, I thought something happened.
Hey,
But
mom.
that's how Brandon used to be like that too. We gotta see
What up, brother?
that.
Still at Disney?
Speaking of
Bring me
sex,
some Mickey Mouse ears back.
egg.
I got you. The Mardi Gras one.
Alright,
You ever see my chart? Yo. Yeah. All right. One from all right here. So y'all can see Tesla closed below this gap at 275, right? Then we'll come back to 275. The gap already been this man here. Why, bro? Calvin. Let me call this off Calvin. But look, so this gap been inverted. This is a weekly. Gap been inverted. So you're probably gonna get it test the bottom and then sell off some more. So we'll possibly could be coming down to like 211 on Tesla. Caught that, Woody? Caught that, Mall?
Said Tesla could go
Yeah,
down to 211, right?
275 to 211, huh?
Yeah. Well, come test 275 because the gap, like I said, closed out at the bottom of the gap. So now this still plays resistance. Then your next area is like 211 down here, 210, 211.
Hey, quick question, right quick.
What's up?
This the first stock you looked at?
Yeah,
All right.
that was the question.
Yeah.
Not hard.
If it touched 211, the 500 call still safe, and we still looking at something else.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you this. So me and Calvin with a K, we was looking at the yearlies. I don't see where we give all this back and these stocks go back to test the high this year.
Yeah.
At
We
least,
gotta break that down a little bit more.
all right.
That's why I asked you the first thing you looked at.
Yeah. And
You
then
look at
go ahead.
go ahead. I'm go ahead. My bad.
Well, I'm about to tell y'all now the only other thing you have with this 275 that closed on the weekly, this still a bottom of the monthly gap. So there's a possibility that we could get back inside 275 by the end of the month, and there's no harm, no foul, and Tesla runs from there. All right, consolidates in this gap because this the monthly chart, so it hasn't closed under 275 on the monthly yet.
Right.
And if it's able to hold that after it didn't pull liquidity from down here, say go to 211 and turn back around, it's the beginning of the month. So they have a lot of days to get back inside of 275. And then that candle on the weekly will start showing as a reversal candle. You'll start seeing the weeklies get a little bit higher. You'll start seeing like 276, 278, 280 on your weeklies. And then we come back and look at the monthly, you'll see it wick down, but never closed below the monthly gap, which was a little bit bigger, 347 to 275. Got something you want to put on this one? K Dot.
No, man, I'm good, man. I'm good.
All right, what was the next one? Oh boy. Video. Again, just the monthly. The weekly look worse than the monthly.
What are you doing here? I got us on the table and a
I can see it going to 106.
I can't tonight. I have to write about historical ship.
106
But it-
and it's at
yeah.
112 right now.
112. Well, it already came to 106. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It did that already. So do it try to take out this low again, come back and give us 90?
Oh man. Oh boy.
Possibly. I think so.
Oh man.
I guess I should look at numbers.
This swing low. What is it? Equal lows. And we come down. It's a false bottom. We go to 100, it's going to 90. I don't think they have a level in between that. And on a monthly, hold on. But yeah, unfortunately, yeah, to see that close below 106 to then play 90, but right now 106 might be your number, which it already hit. Is that gonna make it go up? We don't know. It's all looking bad.
I got
We need something to close above 134 at this point, man. What is it?
let me see. Hold on, bro. Wait, so what this the weekly?
Just the weekly. That's, you got a weekly gap now at 120, 123 to 133.
Okay.
You want to look at the monthly?
No, we don't have to. But yeah, I guess.
On stop now.
Y'all wouldn't, the cop working, y'all wouldn't have like gas to generate.
No, no,
None of y'all trucks carry that?
no.
So
What do we need a fucking one?
the only thing,
Oh, we got an inverter.
look, the only thing with NVIDIA is this. I'll say this, that gap, right? That this is the monthly, right?
Yeah,
That gap, if NVIDIA continues to respect that gap, NVIDIA is not going to trade no more.
yes, I got you. I see it now. If we could stay above if we could stay above 112, you look at
NVIDIA, if
this
it could,
gap right.
it could wick into it, but if you get closures, if you keep getting closures above 112, NVIDIA not trying to sell off.
Sell out, but it could play around down there.
Yeah, it could wick into it.
It could keep on doing what it did the past months before it took that run.
Yeah.
With that 130.
So
you still haven't closed under 130 on the month, right?
you want that closure. You get that closure.
I'm sorry, 115. 115.
You get that, you invert that gap, then you got a problem.
If you invert that gap, you're going to 50.
You got a problem.
Closing below it. Uh-huh. Closing below the gap. Uh-huh. If we close below that gap, I think we come in here, Mike.
Yeah, yep. But look, this the beautiful part about this, and I did a little research on this too. The sell off, if we sell off, just like if we look at the yearly charts on other stocks and even the the market ETFs like the triple Qs and SPY, if we sell off to not create a gap, the sell off is going to be swift. It's going to happen fast. So with that being said, like we could sell off this month, maybe next month, and by the end of the year, we could be right back where we at right now. But or higher. So the puts, like trading to the downside for people that trade, that trade the options, those trades are going to be very, in my opinion, they're going to be lucrative, but they're going to be fast. Like the market moves to the downside fast because it's like you just want to get it over with. Let's get this over with so we can go back to trade to the upside. So if you want to buy puts and you interested in buying puts and you got, and what we talking about right now in the Zoom, those trades are going because I'm assuming probably by the midpoint of this year, we're gonna probably be trading back to the upside. Like we probably gonna be in a bullish trend again.
Yeah. I wouldn't, and then with none of them, I wouldn't aim for the high. But like, I feel like if Nvidia, if it doesn't start to show any reversals, I don't know. Let me say this: if it goes down to 90, I don't think 160 gonna come out this year for my contract. I see that one's burnt. You know what I'm saying? I'll be aiming for like 130. Like if it was to come down to 90 now, it'll be 130s, 100. Like we was talking about a few Zooms ago, just a 90 in the money. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But I don't know if Tesla, Nvidia, unless what would be the catalyst for everything that we got going on, everything that people are uncertain about, that we could see all of those things pan out within this same year. You get what I'm saying? Like if Tesla come down there, what kind of news is gonna break to get it to go to 500 this year? That's a lot of movement because you got to count the sell-off too as movement for it to draw down that much and then be able to get all that back and then some to go take out the high. So same thing with Nvidia. If it's to come down to 90 again, it was cool the first time. Are you gonna get that same? Let's show y'all to go back to it on the monthly.
No. Back up. Back up.
Now, see how I reacted when it got down here?
Mhm.
Can you get that reaction again when it touched? This is a little small order block.
Well, that boy knew his stuff, man.
You heard me? So I think it'll be like a red candle, and then you'll find consolidation because we know this. It closed back inside this monthly gap, even though it failed. You'll probably find consolidation in this 112 to 90 area, and then eventually it'll break out. With us knowing that if it break out, it's gonna break out from 90, not the top. It ain't gonna break out from up here. It'll break out from the bottom of the consolidation and shoot to the top and go past it. So that one gonna be tricky. What other stocks we have? You good on the video? Y'all good on the video?
I think Tesla was like the main one. Tesla and probably AMD.
I'm just buying shares in Nvidia and AMD
Oh,
right
man,
now.
we don't want to hear that, man. We don't want to hear that, bro.
We can look at
We
SPY
don't want
too.
to hear
SPY,
that.
let's look at SPY and
Hey,
look at
mute,
Qs.
man, Maul, bro.
We don't believe.
Maul the most
Don't
active
do me
trader
that,
in here,
Calvin.
bro.
Don't do me that, Calvin.
With a cape.
With a K.
Thank you, bro.
AMD,
Start about Debo.
you got good news for AMD?
For me,
Yeah, you got any positive?
no, all the things that I didn't want to happen happened. We closed below
Yeah,
that gap.
yeah.
Closed below that gap, bro. So yeah, it's
Yeah, this is a block for this boy.
You say closing below 110 brought us to no man's land, huh?
yeah, bro.
All money dies.
So we should be looking at AMD puts too.
I'm gonna tell you, to call a put right now on this is even to get that put on Tesla. The puts was 2 months ago, calling like 2.5. Was talking about buying it. You know what I'm saying? From 308. Whatever the number was, I think. Well, we was talking not sitting out in this year. We should have included not sitting out puts neither. You get what I'm saying? Because it ain't like we didn't have 275 on our radar. Or we could have easily got in there, and then that would have been our money for the year. I think this year, and we're gonna show y'all SPY. Let's go to SPY. I just think we're gonna have a red year. But it's SPY on the yearly. 20% off a SPY high put you right at 480. It
And
did everything it needed to do on the extension, and it stopped. We'll go back several zooms ago. We was talking about 609, 610. It came up there way back when, and it still hasn't broken it, and now it's starting to turn around. So, but now to not make that gap that we talking about, need to come down to 480 on the year. You don't get a lot of yearly gaps. If you go back, just look at how this thing trades. It's tight. That was a crazy run up. And then say when this one ran up, gave everything back the next year. You get another situation like that where they sell out. And this goes to the point of you got your big stocks, Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, all them. That don't necessarily mean they gonna go to the bottom. They could find leverage somewhere to like trade sideways. But what'll make this market go down more is once Costco get out the way from holding it up, Walmart, Home Depot. Once those stocks start turning around and Nvidia still don't want to run and Apple won't consolidate and not do nothing, this bitch gonna come down. It's gonna come down fast, like Mike said. We open the chart and all those what they call all the value stocks start taking their money. We could easily see 480 to me.
So yeah, that's why I was saying that it could happen fast because we could trade down to 480 to not create a gap, and then once that happens, the market could take off. I'm not saying the market going to end the year green, but what I'm saying is the market it's going to probably show you signs that it's ready to start trading back to the upside again. Right now, yeah.
Got a level right there, right on top of this order block. We break this on a month, close underneath this order block. We come in here, talking to Cal.
So look,
Go ahead.
Look at the weekly, if you don't mind. I think some things I saw on the weekly that kind of.
All right, yeah.
All right, so squeeze the chart. I
A
mean,
little bit more.
make it a little bigger.
Bigger.
So it look a little different. SPY always look different from the ES
Uh-huh.
and from the NASDAQ. But so
You got something right there?
look. So between those last three candles that printed,
Right here.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. So between what candle? The first candle that says 613 at the top.
Right here.
And the next candle. The last candle, I'm sorry. That's a little gap right there, right?
Where you at?
It's a little gap between the first candle and the third candle.
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
Not big. Not big, but
right there.
yeah, it's not.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll overlook it if we weren't really looking at it. So here's why I think that gap is significant. You see those four candles, those four green candles?
uh-huh.
We didn't close beneath them,
Uh-huh.
right? So if in my estimation, if we would have closed beneath those four candles, then
You talking about these?
Yeah,
All right, 5. All right.
5, my bad.
Okay.
Had a long night, my bad. So if we would have closed beneath those candles, then we would have had a change in the state of delivery, meaning the delivery goes from bullish to bearish, right? But now, even though the last 3 weeks have been bearish, but
Uh-huh.
we still haven't closed beneath anything significant on a weekly chart.
Right.
So now it's like, okay, so we could probably play ping pong for a little while, trade back into that gap, and then sell off. But the difference is, but on like the SPY and the triple Qs is like on a NASDAQ, it's clear as day. Like from a future standpoint. So like from SPY and the triple Qs, it's gonna look a little different, but I think the same rules apply. Like you gotta.
Well, I'm listening to you. I had
Yeah.
came to the
So
deal.
this the daily, right?
Yeah.
So even looking at that candle we printed Friday,
Uh-huh.
that's a reversal candle.
Yeah.
That's why I asked Ma, I was like, you selling them puts? It's a reversal candle, man. So I mean, and just to keep it 100 though, like we could reprint that reversal candle on the daily, and the market could still sell off, continue selling off because that's what they want to do. But just speaking from a technical standpoint,
Yeah, came, got back inside of here.
yeah,
Came, got back inside to 575.
exactly. That's the point I'm making. So we could retrace back up and then finish selling off.
Yeah, it's due for a couple green days. But I wouldn't trust it.
Oh yeah,
We start knocking some of this other shit out.
yeah. I just wanted to bring that to you because I had outlined that on my NASDAQ chart, and I started looking at the other chart. I said, "Oh, okay, all right, I see what you're doing."
Yeah. And I'm thinking we start. Do you feel the same way? We close the month underneath this, what, 560? 567?
So yeah. So if we close a month beneath, like if we get a monthly closure beneath that, then I think we're gonna continue to the downside.
Come
That
take out this nigga.
480 isn't definitely in play.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then like all those gaps that you see down there,
Up in there.
yeah. Well, 480 is the target, right?
Yeah, on the yearly 480 is the target.
Excuse me.
It's like right there.
Yep. So it's gonna happen fast, bro. You watch. Excuse me. But Tesla, that setup on Tesla was sweet, boy. It was beautiful. They won't give it to us though.
And what other stocks y'all have?
That's it, man. Those are really the main ones that we've been.
Well, Tech gave back a lot. Still waiting on to see if we could get this.
Boy, Peloton might give us our 55, man. 45, really.
Yeah, and whatever when we get these numbers again, I think we spoke earlier about just not even if you want to take just buy the shares to be totally safe. Your next safe play is not even. I would buy if we get some of these numbers like a 50 Nvidia, anything like that. Buy shares or just buy in the money. You get what I'm saying? Don't try to go 500 Tesla, 160 Nvidia. Uh, uh, what's some of the other numbers we have? The high on this one. I wouldn't try to buy the 126. It just don't. I don't feel like that's gonna be this year unless you're getting like 2 years out, 2 3 years out. If they offer a 3 year out with the quiet witcher, which is another thing that we have. Well, that's in 2 weeks, huh?
No, that's next week.
The quiet, no quiet witching for all everything. That's next Friday, huh?
Yeah, it's next week.
Am I tripping? Should be the third Friday of the. No, so it's gonna be on the 21st. You heard me?
Okay, yeah, you're right. Third week. Third week.
So, I had any other stocks? Anybody? No. You going to the futures?
I mean, we haven't looked at futures on here in about full
3
Zoom.
years. Yeah. Hold on.
We can look at it right quick. We only been on here 20 minutes.
New bottle.
Right, man. This is what I was talking about earlier. Oh, this is the NASDAQ. This is the NASDAQ, the futures contract. This the weekly. We got this gap that we created on the weekly. I'm assuming that we trade back into this gap. They got what was someone called this level inside of the gap at the bottom of these green candles here. I'll be looking to sell this when we trade back into this gap. Reason why is some of the reasons that we already talked about when we were looking at, the other stocks and whatnot. I'll be looking to sell this gap in some shape, form, or fashion, especially when they start getting into this area here. That is this breaker right here. So from a weekly perspective, I'm looking to sell this gap. Let's go to and this is what I was talking about. It look a little different on like the stocks, but the same rules apply. This candle that we printed Friday is a reversal candle. Now, we really didn't do nothing Friday as far as trading to like a gap or a like no other PDRA. All we did was just kind of like sweep liquidity, sweep some lows. We didn't even trade into this gap. I was hoping we would have traded into this gap. That I'd have been way more confident in the market trading back to the upside and trading into this gap and then selling off. But if we would have traded into this gap, kind of took some of this liquidity out of here, I'd have been cool with that. But we didn't. So, but all in all, this is a form of a reversal candle. So the market could retrace back into the range. And when I mean by range, let me draw my range on there so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Highest wick, lowest body. Boom. This is what we got. This is the range that we're trading in right now from a daily perspective. So we all know we buy a discount, we sell premium. So even in premium, this gap, this weekly gap is the top of it is in premium of the daily range. Right. So even though we do have this daily gap that's above us too, so it could be played a whole bunch of different ways, but you know that if you don't know nothing else, this is what we do. We buy the discount, which is from 0.2338. That's your discount. Anything you want to buy now, you buy it, right? And you always take it back to equilibrium, at least to equilibrium. And that's why I see the market retracing back here at least, which is inside of the weekly gap. Now, 50%. So let me go to the weekly right quick. So this is the daily range on the weekly, right? So remember I said that we could retrace back inside of this weekly gap at the bottom of these two green candles, right? So this above that is 50%. This inside of this candle, this green candle right here, is the 50% mark of the range, right? So anytime we have a range set and we retrace, it's always going to be to 50%. It could go higher than 50%, but 50% should always be your target. So just like I said, well, I want to sell this gap, boom, 50% right here. Look, I was aiming towards the bottom of these two green candles, but 50% just a little bit higher than that. So that just confirms my theory that when we retrace back here, I'm selling this. Right? So I'm selling this, and it's highly likely that we're gonna probably come take this low out first. This low that we set here, boom. Then this is the ultimate target right here. I think once this low gets taken out, you see how he just sitting out here by himself, just chilling, thinking that it's sweet, thinking that nobody could touch him. Don Corleone. I think once this low gets taken out, then the market is going to aggressively reverse and start trading back to the upside. Because this is the only liquidity. Well, I'm not going to say it's the only liquidity, but this is the most obvious liquidity that's in the market right now, like below this low. Because if you look at it, like I look at it like this. It's like a pool of abyss. Like, so what happens is when you trading, and we talk about this all the time, when traders come into the market and they see that the market is bullish, they join the market to the upside and they put their stop losses below the low. So the more people join the market to the upside, the more stop losses are below this low. So the market views that as orders. So once the market views that as orders, it's gonna come take these orders out. And then once we take these orders out, we're gonna reverse and go back to the upside. But this is the overall price target. But for right now, I believe that we can retrace into this gap and then continue to sell to the downside, ultimately taking this low out. But let's go back to the daily. Oh, excuse me, man. Oh. So for right now, this candle that we're praying Friday is a reversal candle. I'm assuming that we're gonna take this back to 50% of the range. And once we get to 50%, the market gonna make a decision to, well, okay, we could trade to premium and then sell off, or we trade to 50% and sell off. I'm down for whatever. Like but this is my area of interest right here going into the week. I don't have anything to buy going to the upside, especially on the high time frame, because it's nothing that it didn't give me nothing. Well, I didn't look at the 1 hour yet, but it didn't really give me nothing from a daily perspective. But I'll just be looking for a retracement back into 50% of the range. If that makes sense. So, okay, so I already gave it to us on the 1 hour. So yeah, I'm looking for that to play out. I'm looking for that to play out because we definitely in the downtrend. So what we did on the 1 hour was sold off, we swept the liquidity, we reversed, we created a small gap, we traded into the gap. So now I'm expecting continuation to the upside. Yeah. So we'll see how it plays out going into the week, but that's what I see happening, especially on like even when we was talking about like SPY and well, we didn't look at the triple Qs, but SPY and even Nvidia and all those stocks, even Tesla, like we might get a little retracement, and then you could see the 211s that Winston was talking about and stuff like that. But just from a future trading perspective, I think that we're gonna get a nice little retracement to 50% of the range. These are micros. So 50% of the range, at least to 50%. Boom. Then once we get to 50, we could be like, all right, we're gonna take these highs out. Whatever y'all want to do, I'm down for whatever. Like I'm just waiting for the setup to present itself, and I'm gonna sell it. But this is this weekly gap is what I'm salivating over. So, I mean, and that's probably just for me and Winston. I don't think nobody else in here trade futures.
No,
I don't know what Maul doing, bro. I never know what Maul doing.
Maul do futures, Forex. I think he in KuCoin now. I'm gonna keep it a bean.
I got a futures account. I've been having set up for 3 years. I haven't touched it yet.
Yeah. Put him on mute.
Yeah. He said play the violin for that boy. But yeah, man, that's it, bro. Like as far as it's yeah, because then okay, so we got some consolidation here on the 4 hour. We sold off. See this the type of stuff that get your muffin cap peeled back blue. This kind of candle right here on the 4 hour. Sold off and then came all the way back up, turned green. Then the very next candle. See, this is consolidation on the 4 hour, but it don't look like that on the other time frames. Like if you look at the 1 hour, it don't look like consolidation. It look like, oh, we trade into this gap, this order block. We respected the order block, traded into the gap. Yeah, look like it's going to trade to the upside. Trade back into 50% of the range. So what's the range? What's the 1 hour range? Let me draw the 1 hour range on here and see what we got. high, low, lowest candle body. We already traded back to 50% of the 1 hour range. Oh, Mike, you a cold mother. You a cold. It's always gonna trade back to 50, at least 50%. You're gonna always get 50%. At least. Let me write that down in my rule book. Give me a second, guys. 1 second. Hold on a second. Kelvin, wait, okay. All right. But yeah, bro, that's all I got, man. So I know, like, I'm gonna just say this too. This my second go around with Trump in office, bro. Market, like the market was much more calmer when Joe Biden was in office because Joe Biden didn't really do nothing like crazy. Like he was just chilling. So when Donald Trump in office, each day is a different. It is different. Like anytime he say something, he tweets something, the market probably is going to respond to it in some form or fashion. And you'd be like, man, you'd be in a good trade. Then all of a sudden, the market is start trading in a different direction, and then you go on Twitter and be like, Trump said something. You know what I'm saying? So it's just in these times when Trump in office, bro, you just got to be mindful of like the volatility, especially for me and Winston, because we day trade futures. So you got to just be. Well, I'm just gonna say you just gotta have your stop loss in place for stuff like that. But the Trump the Trump all the Trump the Trump market is kind of different than it was for Joe Biden, and you can kind of tell right now how the market has been trading aggressively to the downside. But I think that we would do this sell off anyway, but it's more volatile now that Trump is in office and he be saying all this crazy stuff about going to it's just and when the W word come up, then the market really start getting a little flimsy. So just got to be mindful of that. But outside of him talking crazy and being crazy, like the technicals that we're talking about for these trades, I think they pretty much are still going to align. We'll be talking about it, and that's really pretty much it. Unless somebody want to look at the ES. But as far as the NASDAQ goes, I think we're going to get a nice retracement back to 50% of the range. And then from 50% of the range, we probably continue to sell. Or, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's my thesis going into the week. So if anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns about anything else that we talked about in Zoom. If not, I don't want to hold y'all much longer.
I don't like it.
Man, let me see something like that. Yeah, so that's it, man. So Winston, what you think about that, bro? What you think about as far as a retracement back?
I like it.
Market going on, man. Stop tripping.
I like it.
All right. All right, that's it, bro.
I'm gonna shoot you a text too, Mike.
Oh, all right, cool.
I mean, Cal.
With a key.
All right, fella.
All right, bro. Y'all be good, man. Enjoy y'all Sunday, man. The parade over already?
Nah, it's just started.
Oh,
About to
man.
get loud in this bitch.
Y'all have fun, bro.
All right.
All right, man.